So this is the Callisto Protocol, or Callisto, because it's named after Jupiter's moon, not the rest of Callisto. Look at this. Ooh, ominous. This game has a few celebrities in it. Josh Duhamel plays the main character, Jacob, who's this guy. I don't know who that is. There's also Karen Fukuhara, who plays um, Danny Nakamura in this game. She was in The Boys, where she played Kimiko, and also she was Katana in Suicide Squad. So I definitely know who Karen is. Um, but a lot of people really didn't like this game because I guess they were expecting it to be like Dead Space, and it kind of wasn't, but it kind of is at the same time. I think it's made by the same director, something like that. But yes, this is not Dead Space. This is the Callisto Protocol, or Callisto. I think it's Callisto because it's the Jupiter moon. Oh, fun fact: Ganymede is the largest of Jupiter's moons, and Callisto is the second largest. Also, Callisto is the third largest moon in the solar system, behind Ganymede and Titan. So that's cool. Um, yeah, space stuff. Um, but yes, this game, I think it's quite cool. I'm going back and replaying a couple of earlier chapters. The combat in this game is a little strange because you move with the left stick, obviously. But, oh, there's an enemy. Look at that guy. You see, red lighting means scary. Look at that guy. But you dodge by holding left and right on the left stick, and then if you hold back on the left stick, you dodge. R2 is for your melee attacks. And it kind of seems like really like you hold left on the left stick or hold right on the left stick to dodge. But whenever you're actually in combat, it doesn't seem that bad. It's just weird at first. There's also other options. I was gonna mention there's a performance mode. I don't know where it's at. Maybe it's in gameplay. I might have to quit the game, or maybe go back to my menu. But yeah, there's also performance mode if you prefer higher performance. For me, I prefer the higher performance, but you can do graphics or fidelity mode. It's capped at 30 FPS in that mode, but it does look a little bit fancier. Honestly, I can't tell that much of a difference. So performance mode, it is for me. But this is a good-looking game, though. This really is a good-looking
Oh
game.
shit, bro.
But
One of my mates.
oh, by the way,
One of them
there's like
forever.
radio chatter in this game where some dudes will, oh yeah, there's the stomp button.
He
Good
attacked me.
God. See this? This is interesting. It's like Alien almost. Yeah, be very, very careful about like
No,
what you're gonna do about
I had
stomping
to
enemies
kill
and
him.
stuff. Whenever you kill an
Kill,
enemy, you can
kill
stomp
it.
them, and then
What the
sometimes
fuck
you'll
is going on?
get like extra supplies, like a gel kit or like health stuff like that. I think it's very, very interesting. Let me make sure the radio chatter's not too loud. It's very loud for some reason. I don't know why that is. Oh, controller TV. Well, I'm messing around with this. I want to put it kind of like on intermediate settings just because it's not so loud. But for some reason, the radio chatter is very loud. I know it's supposed to come out of the controller, like if you have a headset, if you're playing with headphones, it's very loud. So I turned it down. I turned everything down actually just for the purposes of this recording so you can actually hear me and it doesn't get drowned out. But yes, as I was saying, you can stomp enemies in this game and that'll give you supplies and all that stuff. This is quite linear, but look at this. It does look good. I mean, look at this lighting. It looks very, very fancy. Look at this. I mean, it's a good-looking game. There's even a photo mode. Ooh, fancy. You can take all the images of Danny whenever she shows up if you want. There's also a guarantee, not a guarantee, there's a dedicated share button, which, cool, I guess. Okay, let me actually figure out where I'm supposed to go, because I don't want to be wandering like a fool around here. Perhaps this is an elevator. Stomp. Yeah. No, this isn't quite like stomp the yard or anything, but you know. Also, you might notice the back of his neck. The back of his neck. I guess just on the back of his head. You see like this light bar
Good.
thing? It's actually the health
Now this
bar.
detour
Now,
might
this
actually
isn't
work
like
for us.
Hitman,
Look, there's a
Agent
weapons lock just
47's
past the
barcode or
infirmary.
anything. That's his health bar.
You'll need to
So
watch
this
that
game
though.
has a very, very minimal
Security
HUD,
units are back online.
just like Dead Space did. A very, very minimal HUD. Can I crawl under here? Even though I could easily make that, they want you to vault over it. Look at that, the illusion of choice. So yes, here's some cutscenes in this game. These big giant robots makes me feel like I might fight these big robots. Big robots are cool though. I'm gonna skip this cutscene for now. We do have some stealth stuff. But yes, combat in this game, it's very, very strange. Oh, you think I'm supposed to go up here? Perhaps it's too obvious. But there's nowhere else to go because everywhere else is like locked off. Despite the fact that you could probably easily just jump across there. But hey, what do I know about, game design?
Lethal force authorized.
Oh yes, these big robots. I think big robots are cool.
Prison systems are
This
breaking
is
down
probably
like
really
that
stupid
elevator
what I'm
back
doing
there.
right now.
Just stay out of their line of sight and you should be able to
Oh
sneak
yeah,
by.
watch this, fool. Okay, you die immediately. See, I was gonna try to be all fancy and stuff and say I'm gonna sneak past this big giant robot.
You will comply.
At least you can skip this cutscene. That's quite nice. Plus, the PS5 loading times are really cool too. Let's play this properly, how you're supposed to, instead of being killed
Precondition
by this big giant
elevated.
robot. Let's see here. Let me crawl forward a little bit.
Prison systems are
I wonder if
breaking
he'll be able
down
to
like
pull
that
me out of
elevator
this
back
vent.
there.
Wouldn't
Just
that be
stay
cool?
out of their line of
Just reaches
sight and
in,
you should be
pulls
able
me
to
out.
sneak by.
Alright. You gotta play this game properly the way they intended. Let's see here. There's a big giant robot. Look at it. I think robots are cool. Oh, yeah, there's a crouch button. Sneak button, I guess. Hmm. It looks like he's scripted. He's not gonna turn around or anything. He? Well, I guess it would be the proper one. Look at that big giant robot. Look at him going across. Uh-oh.
Scanning for movement.
This is like Alien Isolation, where you have to be very, very, very still. Oof, look at that. Blinded by the light. And now we progress. Let me make sure there aren't any collectibles or anything, because that's what I should be concerned about when a big giant deadly robot is going to be chasing me. Or at least looking for me. Maybe not chasing per se. Yeah, this is a shiv. Some prisoner named Elias gives it to you. I think it's kind of cool. It's like a makeshift blade, which is what a shiv is, but, apart from that. Look at the robot. Let me see how free this, okay. I, I pressed the share button. I didn't mean to do that. This game is, I'm so used to Cyberpunk's photo mode. Okay, the controls are
No
backwards.
activity detected.
But no, you cannot, take the camera beyond, I guess, this window here. If that's even a window, this opening. Yeah, look at that. Interesting. Okay, maybe I should stay crouching the entire time. I don't know how strict this game is about that. Unlocked. Well, yes, open. Unless there's a button somewhere. Unless I'm supposed to vault over here. Unlocked. In the medical ward. Okay, alright. I guess it just finally decided to unlock. Oh, look at that. See, this does look really cool. This is also like a little health box. Health injector. You have to hold down on the D-pad to heal yourself. These doors are so strange. See, red lighting. Very ominous. Ooh, look at that. Cardiology. I'm not sure about how much the exploration will benefit you in this game. Like, by looking around, you'll actually find supplies. Like, I'm not expecting this to be like a Resident Evil game where they actually encourage you to look around and try to find supplies. Now, you don't have to worry about breaking crates for ammo in this game or anything like that. But, I think it's quite cool how, this is a linear game, right? Which doesn't bother me. The length also doesn't bother me either. These doors are very finicky. I mean, look at this. It says it's unlocked, but it won't let me through. Is that robot? That is that robot. See, this is interesting. Is he gonna stay there, or is he just... See, this is interesting. That robot is the spookiest thing about this game thus far. So I've made a stunning revelation. I'm still worried about that robot. You press X to open doors. I discovered this on complete accident. I just walked up to a door and was naturally pressing X, and the door magically opened. It was just an instinct. Um, I'm too scared to go down there because that robot. Look at that though. Doesn't that look cool? That robot down there. I'll go to photo mode. See if I can. This is like the furthest I can go. Oh my god. Look at that. Fascinating. Well, what do you know? What do you know? But yes, let me go to the lens. Zoom in on this robot there. Now that's awesome. Look at that. Also, there's an aspect ratio in the photo mode. This isn't 2:1, by the way, or 2.39 to 1. That's closer to 2 to 1. This is more like 2.4 to 1. That's not quite 185, but it's close enough. 16:9, which is 1.78 to 1. See, this is some stuff I remember from film school. I didn't go to film school. 2.39 to 1, which, as I said, is closer to 2.0 to 1, but whatever. If you could see that robot clearly, that'd be a cool shot. All right, let's go look around and see what we can find. Now that's awesome. We got everything here. That's locked. I'm assuming everything back here is locked as well. Ooh, shadows, fancy. This is basically the only place to go. But yeah, this game does look very, very cool. Let me see if I can find some combat somewhere. Look at that guy. Must have gone to the dentist. It's hard to say. Right. Pulling all these things out. A gate fuse. Take the good fuse to power doors. Shouldn't it say use the good fuse to power doors? Whatever. That's a window. But yes, this game does have a minimal HUD, just like Dead Space did, where your health bar is, well, there's no suit in this game yet, but the suit had your health bar, like the lights on the suits. It's pretty cool. Put that in here. Now look at this. This looks awesome. And that guy's on fire. Here's some combat, and watch this. You hold left, whoop, and then you hold right. Uh-oh, I got hit. Oh, there's a mashing section. But the game tells you that you have to dodge in different directions. Like right, and then left. And they don't let you dodge in the same direction twice. Which I guess makes sense. Look at that. That looks awesome. But see, the combat is pretty cool in this game. Like, once you get used to it, it's pretty alright. Health gel. Yeah, but this game doesn't really reward exploration like you might think it. Well, let me get out of here. Too many flashing lights. I would like to listen to that dude. But, I'm actually lying. But, this game doesn't really reward exploration like you think it might. Like, if you explore, you might find, like, a health gel, but, like,
Jacob,
it really
it's
doesn't
getting
matter
worse
if you
out here.
explore
Where
or
are
not.
you?
Which, whatever. I guess that's not that big of a deal. I just think it's interesting because
Okay, you're getting
you'd,
close.
like in a
Just
survival
keep
horror
moving.
game, you'd think exploration would be top priority because, you know, you might discover some supplies you need, or you might discover like a bonus item. Oh, somebody else is in the vents with us, or maybe something else. So let's see here. Ah, here we go. A really good little combat section with two enemies at the same time. Let me stop whiffing. Okay. Okay. I'm just making sure that I can actually look at that. I guess the whole auto dodge thing is understandable. I mean, not auto dodge. The fact that you can't dodge in the same direction twice. Uh-oh, he's going back. Could I have killed him before he did that? Maybe he's approaching from above. This is a new strategy. He's got the matchups down. Um, I guess it does make sense that, like, you can't use the same dodge twice because I actually want you to put, like, effort into playing this game. Like, okay, I went left, and now I gotta go right, instead of just holding right the entire time. But maybe there should have just been a dedicated dodge button. But I don't think the combat's that bad. I heard some people complaining the combat is awkward. Maybe it is if you fight two enemies at the same time, but it felt fine to me.
Jacob, you find anything?
Alright. Don't you love cutscenes? Woo! I've got a stun baton now. Oh, hello. Okay. He's only got one arm. So you see, the combat's not too complicated with just one enemy. But maybe when there's two or more, then it gets a little finicky. Like at that point, I'm just stomping everybody. I think it's just the enemies that give you stuff. But I don't know. See, this looks really cool. I mean, look at that. That does look really cool. Alright, clearly there's only one direction we can go in. Alright, so it's over here. Cell block. Yeah, as I said, it's really, really linear. The game's basically just like, yep, you go here. Which, as I said, I don't mind. Linear games are quite nice. Ooh, but look at this. Ooh, looks very nice. Oh, there's more enemies. Left, right. So far, the enemies only attack like twice. Look at that. Cool. Maybe I haven't gotten a ranged weapon yet. Block that. Come on, dude. But yeah, I mean, maybe these are just the simpler enemies and we'll have more complicated, harder to deal with enemies later on. But I think the combat's quite enjoyable, you know? Like, it's not too complicated, I guess. It's very simple for what it is. Checking this guy's cell.
This new warden.
Collectibles, yay, don't you love that stuff?
Changes in monster.
So now we've got like this little gun thing. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, we got a zoner. Forgotten Super Turbo. So you can fire it like normally, like normal, or there's like this quick target thing that shows up like that. But that's about it in terms of like the gunplay thus far. So one thing we noticed that this game does have a little bit of reward for exploration. You can walk around and break these little glass containers here, and you can actually get more ammo, more health items, stuff like that. So yeah, this game actually does have some sort of exploration reward, and I think that's pretty nice that you can just walk around and explore. Of course, there's this certain section in the game that has like two different areas that you can go into. So you can either go left or go right, and I'm so cautious about, okay, where am I supposed to go? Because I want to go there last. Because in these games, I like to really explore everything, so. So now we got this weapon called the grip, like that, which allows us to grab enemies and throw them places and all that stuff. That's pretty cool. Oh, there's another dude. Look at that guy. I gotta get out of here. Back up into a corner. I can't use the grip on the big dudes here, it seems. Look at that, well, that guy's taken care of. Alright, so you can use the blaster, or it's called the hand cannon, very creatively named, during combat encounters to take care of some of the enemies a little bit faster, but the ammo is limited, so you have to be cautious. Here's another one of the combat encounters in this game. Maybe I can stealth kill this guy. Also, we have the grip now. Uh-oh, that's not an option. Over there you go. So yeah, we can use the grip to just kind of throw the dudes off like this. Only downside is that you won't be able to get any of the supplies that the enemies drop. If you defeat an enemy, you can stomp them and you can gain like additional supplies and whatnot. You also have to wait for it to recharge, or there's like these little battery packs that you can find scattered across. I didn't mean to knock him off. Oh, he didn't fall off. Look at that. So you can stop an enemy after defeating them. Callisto credits. And you can get stuff like that. So I think it's pretty cool. I mean, the combat in this game is quite nice. A lot of people really didn't like the combat, but I think it's nice. I mean, it's pretty fun. It can be a little overwhelming if like 4 enemies are chasing you all at the same time. But apart from that, I think it's pretty fun. And of course, you can use the quick blast system in between like combos to deal additional damage. But yeah, some enemies are weakened. Oh, look at this. Isn't that cool? There's Danny.
What are you doing here?
What the hell is going on?
Did you know it was her?
Now this is cool.
Yeah, well, look, I just
I think the
noticed
facial
something
animations are
else, right?
pretty nice in this game.
Well, look, I've been here for
So that's
all
nice.
the information
So
on
this
space
is
and
neuron
all
activation.
right, now you
I also like the HUD on the back of his neck, which I know basically just comes from Dead Space, which did it like originally back in like 2010-ish, something like that.
Thanks. I'll take my chances.
But yeah,
A word
this
of
game's
advice,
actually
though?
quite cool thus far. Ooh, look at these water effects. Ooh, very nice. Look at that. I always appreciate nice looking water in video games. There does appear to be an enemy coming up. I mean, look at this. This section does look pretty cool. My biggest complaint about the game thus far is just there's a lack of variety in terms of combat. Like every enemy, you basically fight them exactly the same way. Now the enemies do look different. They are visually different. Like there's one enemy that has like a tether and it pulls you into its nest. That one's cool. And then there's another one that will sort of shoot, like it'll shoot acid at you. And it actually damages you. And that one's quite annoying because it does it from far away. It's like a zoner. But despite the fact that the enemies look different and they do different things, they all are defeated exactly the same way. You fight everybody exactly the same way. And the combat is just very, very repetitive. If there were some enemies that kind of force you to switch it up, like, oh, this enemy you actually have to just shoot them, like only the hand cannon's effective. I think that'd be pretty cool. But for the most part, you just fight everybody the same way. And there are some enemies that have like a parasite kind of thing. Let me focus. Actually, I'm getting hit a lot. There are some enemies that have like this parasite, kind of like Resident Evil 4, where the parasite will sprout and they'll actually mutate into a stronger form. But that really doesn't mean anything. They just have like a little bit more health. You fight them exactly the same way. So there really isn't that much of a difference in terms of how you actually fight the enemy. So it just feels a little pointless. What's also interesting about the combat in this game are the little environmental things that you can do, such as that. I think that this does make the combat a little better because it's not as annoying to deal with like 4 enemies at the same time. I guess I may have run out. You are limited in how many uses of the grip that you have. Yes, you have run out. But using the environment also does make sense because if you see something like this, I mean, I'm going to try to throw a zombie in there, or whatever, parasite zombies? I don't know what these things are. Let's see if I can get...
UJC's gotta make money somehow.
Definitely my favorite part of this game is any section with Danny Nakamura. She genuinely seems like the most interesting character in the game. And I have to say, like I said earlier, the combat is just very, very repetitive. I think it holds this game back a lot. But it is really pretty to look at. I mean, these environments are great. As I said, Ken Fukuhara is great as Danny Nakamura. But my biggest quarrel with this game is just the combat just isn't interesting, like, in the slightest. The combat just is not interesting at all. If anything, fighting enemies feels more like a chore as opposed to something that's like, oh yeah, cool, I gotta fight these dudes now. But Danny absolutely is the best part of this game. So personally, I'm feeling like a 7 out of 10 for this game. I mean, obviously it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad either. I think this game's pretty cool. I just wish the combat was more interesting.